com aquela com mais gordura até a cata e que a gente era o você não pode fazer milagre.
Espera aí. Tem mais um bocadinho?
Vai. É mais?
Devagar, pá! Devagar, pá!
Passa aí, não, ela vai ficar aqui. Ficar aqui,
Vamos lá que vibrava. Ela está.
Pera.
Tá bom.
Eu vou dizer alto e depois esquecer o meu.
Este é ele.
Eu quero ver.
Quer ajuda?
Ó.
Vamos lá. Vamos virar água, tá?
Você não apanha nada.
Vai virar do quê? Vai virar essa merda, né? Então segura aí. Não, segura. Segura que eu vou lá agora.
Aí você prepara, né? Não está mesmo ali, não. Assim, esta não incha. Vou levar para o camareiro.
Fica.
Andamos aí a...
Não vale a
Como é que é?
Tudo bem?
Ó, senhor João. Tudo bem? Vai sentando? Senhor. Mas vai andar de altura. Um pouco de altura aí, hein? Esse aqui, esse... Não foi? Não foi.
Não metes muito perto do plástico. Põe aqui assim. Porque aqui vamos ter que levantar o plástico.
You want 7 centimeters?
Yeah, you got the lower line. That's where.
Okay.
It's not a lot here.
Yeah.
We didn't bring it down.
6 centimeters.
We didn't bring it down a whole lot, but yeah, it's nice to have the more gravel better because
Yeah, more.
less humidity. Soil holds humidity, gravel doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But doesn't matter. What humidity doesn't matter. If you have an insulation, you have plastic, it's, I mean, it's more, I like it because I can level it really nice.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. You have a tamper, you have a good.
You know,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's okay.
This stone is gonna be all exposed, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's a nice effect with the,
I'm
with, the
leaving-
with the plants.
I'm
growing
moving
out
that
of
back to what I imagined was more like 400-year wall finish.
it. Right. You think they
Because
let
it-
the plants grow inside? Like green roofs, green walls. That would be in. That
I'm
would
actually letting that happen on the outside.
Are those boots when you were in a motorcycle gang or something?
No, they're no construction.
Those are like what? Those are construction boots?
Yeah, they have steel toes and everything.
They totally look like motorcycle boots. You gotta see the, what they're like a motorcycle boot design. You gotta see what Marlon Brando wore in The Wild One. Does that mean anything to you?
No,
The Wild One is one of his, like, I think it was his third film back in 1950. And he was part of a motorcycle gang.
yeah.
And it was that boot right there.
Estamos por aí. Vou ficar assim curvado. Um jeitinho.
Tá tudo coloca, não. Esse cara tudo punho. Aí, ó.
Eita. Oh. Isso, um lado do outro. Agora mais. Sim. E agora arranja um bocado de areia.
Vou já. Quer tu enche até a altura da coisa ou. Já não? Já fica.
Já bem compactado.
É.
Alright, girl. 1 sec. 1 second. Relax. Okay, there you go. Now you can go. Come on. Get in there. Show those guys how to do it. Come on. Let's go. That's okay. Go on. Go on. Go on. Come on. Let's do it. Let's show them how to do it. Don't need to attack me. Come on. There you go. All right, kiddos. Wrong way. Wrong way. Come on. Let's go. Yay! Training 101. Washed, it's done. I had to wash it before putting the concrete down. It would be a lot of water seeping between the concrete and the plastic barrier. Yeah, I was trying to not remove a lot of the joint mortar. You see, this house was built with a mixture of soil, just plain dirt, and a little bit of clay. You can tell there's clay in it, but not a whole lot. And I've explained to people in the past how this was not done with lime or stuff like that. Like, it was really done very basic. So a mixture of clay, which was probably sourced here locally, and soil, just dirt from the ground. The composition of or the percentage of clay in it pretty much depended on the budget. So if the owner, builder didn't have a big budget, then there'd be more soil, more dirt than clay, which in this case here, that's what it looks like. You can almost call this just pure dirt, very little clay, if anything, really. Yeah, because the majority of the expense of the budget of building back in these days went into creating these stones, the cornerstones, the door and window opening stones that are not just big but require a lot of work in order to create them. You can see this particular stone here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 faces, 5 worked faces. So you tend to build as many of these as possible. Here there's 2 stones, here there's another 1 stone. So if you had a big budget, then you made it all in single stones with the odd locking stone here, 1 here, 1 there, to lock the opening to the walls. But yeah, this was really the most expensive part of the build, creating these. Well, that's it for this week. It wasn't possible to get to do work on the roof. The weather, the rain just didn't let off all week long. We had little breaks, but it would be sunny now and pouring in 15 minutes. And pretty much was like that all week. But we worked in here. Because we have cover, and so I'm pretty happy with what was accomplished here this week. Here in the kitchen and in this area here, we're pretty ready. The range hood is ready on the outside to be tiled and on the inside to be painted. Needs to be finished at the bottom here, but I'll be doing that after the tiles installed. The whole kitchen will be tiled in classic butcher shop style of white ceramic tile, beveled edges, 10 cm tall, 20 cm long. They're fairly inexpensive. Yeah, the hood as well, inside will be painted black because it's wood burning range hood. There's always some smoke. So there's holes for the receptacle outlets for the electrical. There's 4 of them because I want to have dual voltage. I have a lot of North American kitchen appliances that I want to continue using. The window is ready for a stone sill. I'll also be putting the stone finishes on both sides. This wall is going to be insulated, and that's why it's not parched. So I'll be doing that next when I get to more walls that need to be insulated. Mechanical room, the pantry and the mechanical room are pretty much ready. The door frames are finished pretty much. Small little details. Here I'll have a swing door, just because it's a pain in the neck to come out of the pantry with something in your hands and having to open or close the door. The pantry and the mechanical room are pretty ready. Small little details, mostly pointing the stone joints, which I started but haven't finished yet. Door frames are finished, they're ready. This one is ready for door. I'm gonna do a double swing door, like kitchen restaurant style. There'll be a door here to the mechanical room because there's going to be certainly a lot of substantial warmth in there with the chimney flue for the range hood, plus the hot water storage tanks and the radiant floor circuitry. The temperature in there is always going to be higher, so don't really want to heat up the pantry, so there'll be a door here keeping the heat in there, and I'll have the heat move out through the drop ceiling. I'll explain that later on, how that system will work. Fridge enclosure is ready. The fridge it's got a panel door basically that I'll be tiling over. So this whole wall will be tiled, and so will the fridge door. Don't necessarily want to see the fridge. It's just gives the kitchen a cleaner look. Washroom. Pretty ready for tiling, ready for the floor. I can now do this last wall. This is one of those exterior walls that's getting insulated. The washroom also gets a drop ceiling. I'm going to put in a skylight because the washroom has no window, and it's just for natural light. And of course, exhaust. It has fresh air coming in, needs to have air going out. And here, and so here we see the other ventilation earth pipe. This one is in the wall that separates the future bedroom from the living room, dining room, main living area. It's pretty important that it's here, also because I plan to install a wood burning stove in the window cavity here. This unit will heat up water, and the water will then be pumped to the storage tank that's going in the mechanical room. From there, that water gets circulated through various circuits, like the radiant subfloor of the washroom, as well as a towel dryer. Also on that end of the house, it'll go to the room upstairs where I'll put in a radiator, as well as a bit of a subfloor heating system that goes under what's going to be the future office, and as well as the coat room area, the foyer, the mud room kind of thing. There's also one circuit going outside, and I'll show that after. But while I'm here, I'll talk about what's going to happen with that pipe that I just installed this week, because it's part of also making the house comfortable and efficient. So I've noticed that the water that comes from the water spring to fill the irrigation tank in summer reaches the tank at around 15, 16 degrees Celsius. So my idea is to bring that water before it gets to the tank, bring it into the house and help me to cool the house. So I'm bringing the water in, water line through this tube, and then the water line will loop or serpentine in this wall back and forth. I can probably put 50, 75 meters of water line in this wall, embedded in the parging mortar. It's about 2 centimeters thick, the parging, 3 centimeters. And then from here, the water goes outside of the house and off to the water tank, to the irrigation tank. So the idea is that cool water will then cool this wall, which is the wall between the bedroom and the living room. So the outer walls of the bedroom are insulated, the ceiling slab is insulated, the floor is insulated, and this cool water here should be sufficient to cool the environment in the bedroom and a little bit in the living space, of course. And so between the cool nights that we do have in this region, with temperatures often, if not always, below 20 degrees C, so in the late evening you open the windows, close them in the morning. And this cold or cool wall, I should have a fairly comfortable, at least bedroom to sleep. Ceiling fans also work well. I'm a fan of ceiling fans. I'm not really a fan of air conditioning. There's a lot of investment into air conditioning and a monthly energy cost and maintenance costs as well. Where a system like this has really no maintenance. The investment is essentially a water tube, which could be quite a bit of tube, but water tube is not expensive. And I do have to add an additional pump because the pump I have down there is just not enough to do this extra lifting of the water to this height. This should really give me a fairly comfortable, at least bedroom to sleep, if not even the living space a little bit. I do like ceiling fans. I'll be installing ceiling fans, one in the bedroom, one in the living space. So with very little investment and no monthly cost and no maintenance, this should increase the efficiency and the comfort level. As for the rest here, we're pretty ready for the concrete slab on this main living space. Gravel's down, packed it already. Plastic layer for preventing humidity, moisture from coming through. 6 centimeter of rigid insulation. Metal grid and concrete. So if all goes well this week, we'll be done with this, and we'll see how much further we get. Maybe even the roof a little bit if the weather permits. We'll see.